Fair use. Blackmail Advice TV. We in the building. Let's go.
Radio TV.
So this is a PSA to American men. I don't know if you realize that you're the only group of men in the world that literally argues about going 50-50, okay? Other groups of men understand that they are to be the main providers and in many times the sole providers financially in the relationship when it
Let's deal with this issue right off the back. It's Blackmail Advice TV, top of the morning. You already don't know what it is. We are back with another live stream. Now, we're dealing with the topic. This topic here is a very, very interesting one. We're dealing with traditional roles of men versus independent woman culture versus 50-50 dating. Now, the purpose of this class here is to settle once and for all what's exactly going on at stake here, because a lot of us, we don't realize the war that we're in. We don't realize the climate. You have a lot of modern women today that they're going to college, they're getting this education, they're having businesses, they are doing X, Y, and Z, and the dating scene is a mess. Women are sleeping around. Men have no morals and values. Women have no morals and values. Women are getting pregnant out of wedlock. People sleeping around left and right. And for whatever reason, modern women have been taught that men are supposed to be providers. This is something that from a child, as a young man, you've been taught to be that provider, that when you get older as a man, you're supposed to take care of a family, pay the bills, work hard. This is traditionally what the role of a man's supposed to be like. But due to the feminist movement, due to all of the changes in society, modern woman pretty much decided to go her way. She'd been taught that if we give you government benefits, food stamps, housing, Medicare, whatever the case is, you got to get rid of that man. You can't have that man in the household. We'll low down your rent. We'll help you out now. But we don't want that male figure in the house. We don't want him around. So you're going to have to get rid of that guy. They taught black women that the best course of action in life is to go get an education, because the last thing you want to do as a woman is depend on a man. That's the last thing you would want to do. That's what society taught black women. They taught them not to depend on a man. Now, this is not taught to white women. This is not taught to Indian women. This is not taught to Asian women. Their culture, they do not teach them to go pursue education so that you don't need to depend on your men. This was strategically done to just black people, to pretty much keep the family separated, to keep us apart. This is pretty much what the powers that be have done to keep us from actually growing together as a family unit. Jamel, let me see, I'm not sure if I can't see this name here. Jamal, what's going on? I see you in the building. What's going on? If you're now joining in the show, we're dealing with traditional roles of men versus independent woman culture versus 50-50 dating. This topic needs to be settled once and for all, because a lot of you guys, you carry this burden of being a provider, holding doors for women, paying for the check, paying some woman's rent. These are things that we hear. We heard it in R&B songs. We'll hear singers saying, I'll buy you a car, I'll pay your rent. All of this stuff that these guys would do because they love these women. But I need for you brothers as well as sisters to understand something. In a world where women are boasting about their degrees, they're boasting about how much money they make, talking about they don't need a man. When we hear these kind of things, when we hear women saying that they're boss ladies, that they get in the bag, at that point, you really don't need us brothers to fall into a traditional role when you're not traditional women. You understand what I'm saying? For example, traditionally, women are desiring to be a wife one day. But how can men traditionally marry you, right, when you're not a traditional wife in terms of the skills necessary to be that woman, the domestic duties and so forth? You don't have the proper training on how to cook, clean, maintain a house. You don't know your responsibilities on raising children, catering to the man, meeting his needs, obeying that man, submitting to that man. These are things that when you talk to a modern woman about these things, she say, I don't want to do that. That's slavery. That was in the 50s. You know, we hear this kind of talk as men. So when you factor all of that in together, what man in his right mind is thinking about making any woman a wife in today's day? What man would want to do that? Do you understand my point? That's suicide. It doesn't make any sense because it seems like men are being taught to continue to be traditional despite the fact that modern women are not traditional. It makes no logical sense. You understand? It makes no sense as a man, whether you're black, white, Asian, whatever the situation is, for you to be this traditional man of wanting to provide, protect, and do all of this stuff for women that are not traditional. You understand? Women are talking about how many degrees they got, how much money they make, how fat their bank account is, how much cars and houses they own. They show you their plaques on their wall. Men don't want to hear that. Men don't want to see these things. We come to a woman wired, desiring to protect, provide, and do all these things. But if we're constantly hearing that she don't need me, that she could do bad by herself, or we hear women saying stuff like, hey, you know, I was taking care of myself before you came along. You know, before you came along, I was taking care of myself, so I really don't need you. When we hear stuff like that, what's the point of us trying to provide for a woman that's so ungrateful, that's so conceited, so arrogant to say that she don't need me? That's disgusting. It's disrespectful. You understand? So there's no need for a marriage at this point. Because in times of old, when a woman was made to be a wife, traditionally, the father was responsible for her care. He was responsible for clothing her, making sure she had food to eat. The father was responsible for making sure that his children, whether sons and daughters, his responsibility was taking care of his children. So to take a wife meant that you are now taking on that responsibility that the father was doing. So traditionally speaking, if a man took on a woman as a wife, he is literally in agreement with the father to now become the protector and provider of his daughter, of the other man's daughter. And it was an honorable thing to do, and it had to be something that the father deemed trustworthy, because he wouldn't just let you take his daughter if he didn't feel that you had what it takes to provide and protect his daughter. You understand? Likewise, sons were not given anyone to wife if that son wasn't a warrior. He didn't know how to fight. He didn't know how to provide. He didn't know how to farm. He didn't know how to hunt. These are basic skills that men in times of old had to have to be proven to be a man. And once he became a man, right? He now was able to go out there and start a family and produce out of tradition. The woman was not taught to go get a college degree. She wasn't taught to, go do bad all by herself. They weren't taught this. This culture we live in today is dead. It's poisoned. So traditional roles cannot function in a society with dysfunctional roles. Do you follow me? A woman cannot expect a man to be traditional when she's not a traditional woman. A lady cannot say, I want you to make me your wife, and she is not a virgin. That makes no sense. She slept around with everyone. Why would you make her your wife? No, she don't deserve that honor. She don't deserve that honor. We're trying to give women traditional roles and benefits when women are not giving us anything in return but vagina that they gave some other guy. Do you understand me? That's what's really going on in this culture right now. Now, this guy on the screen, he's the ultimate simp. He is pandering to women. He's trying his best to make women love him and like him. He's going to tell women all the things they want to hear. We're going to deal with him in a second. But what I'm trying to do is establish what's going on in society so that those that are viewing in the clouds can understand. And again, we're not going to keep playing this game every time I go live. You got 51 people viewing, 14 likes. This cannot keep going on every time I go live. I'm putting in live work. Do you understand me? This is a live stream. Live. Get the likes up. It's very important for the shows. Do you understand me? I could be doing these streams private. And when I look at the chat, everybody that's in that chat right now is not a member. So if I go private, you won't be seeing the streams. Do you understand me? So all you gotta do is click the like button. All you gotta do. Every time I go live, I gotta keep repeating myself. Click the like button. That is how more people are able to join the shows. Because when I go live, the notifications are not going out until people come to the show and start liking the video. Because if nobody's liking the video, the algorithm is not gonna go and recommend to other people, hey, come on over to Black Male Advice TV and watch this show at 7:34 a.m. Do you understand me? You're here watching the show, you're benefiting from all of this information. You're in college class right now. You're benefiting from what I'm speaking on. Yet you don't want to click the like button? It's taking you that long? Look how long I've been speaking thus far, and the likes are still not matching the views. I think there's something psychologically wrong with people. It's either people are such haters that they refuse to click the like button because they don't want to see the platform grow, or they're just so selfish that they would just rather soak up all the information so they could go elsewhere and talk about it as if though they are the teacher. Which one? Because we go through this every single time I go live. And look, I'm not gonna continue to stream until I see those likes. I'm not going forward. We're gonna stay right here and play this game again. We did this in the last stream. The last 5 streams, we did the same old thing, and we're gonna keep doing this thing over and over. So I'm gonna wait right here till those likes match those views. We're gonna stay right here and we're gonna play this little game. Because I'm putting in a lot of work doing these live streams. You're not putting in that work, you're viewing. You're viewing the stream. I'm putting in the work. I'm speaking on an issue that you brothers need to know. And you see, here's another thing. A lot of these women, they don't want to hear this. They mad about this because the things that I'm going to tell you brothers right now in this stream, there ain't no other content creator that's going to tell you this. No other content creator is going to tell you the things that I'm going to be telling you in this show here. It's going to make a lot of you brothers free. It's going to make a lot of you brothers free. You're going to be like, wow, I didn't see that. I didn't know that. Thanks for helping me out, bro. Thanks for helping me out. You see? Now, we have more than 50%, so I'm going to continue on now. This particular guy, I found him on another channel on YouTube where somebody posts his video. And he have some public service announcement he's given to American men. But really, his attack is on black men. That's who he's attacking, right? His job is trying to shame you brothers into being a traditional man to women that are not offering you anything. And I don't think that that's a good deal. I don't think so. Now, those of you who know me, you know that I'm a family man. You know that I teach brothers to wife up the sisters and do X, Y, and Z. But there has been a major change in the lessons on this platform. Major changes. Because I realize that we're in a losing battle when it comes to the modern woman. She have been totally, how can I say? She's been transformed into something other than the creation the Most High made her to be. And because of this, traditional practices don't work. They don't work no more, brothers. You cannot be traditional to the modern woman. It's not going to work. It's not going to work at all. See? Being a male provider to a modern woman has to end today. Today, brothers. Today, that ends. That ends today. What did I just say? Being a male provider to a modern woman that is not your wife. If she's not your wife, you don't supposed to be providing nothing for her. If she's not your concubine and she's not serving you well, you're not supposed to be providing her anything. It's one thing if a woman is your concubine. It's one thing if a woman is your wife. Yes, those are the women you provide for. Those are the women you take care of. Those are the women you love. Yes, indeed. If a woman is not your wife and she is not your concubine and she is not serving you, catering to you, she don't respect you, you're not supposed to be offering her none of your benefits or resources. None. What are you doing that for? You're not supposed to be giving that woman $1. You're not supposed to do that, brothers. So we're going to talk a little bit more, but I want to play this video so you can hear what this guy got to say. And it's a couple of clips in this show that we're going to talk about. And we're going to make this thing very interesting. Very, very educational videos, fam. These live streams that I'm doing here are very, very unique. Nobody's doing them. I'm the only one on YouTube that's doing this authentic live streams. Nobody is covering these type of stories. You understand? So now, let's get into the tape. We're going to play it from the top. Hear what he got to say. Let's go.
So this is a PSA to American men. I don't know if you realize that you're the only group of men in the world that literally argues about going 50-50, okay? Other groups of men understand that they are to be the main providers and in many times the sole providers financially in the relationship when it comes to bills. Okay?
Now,
for some reason, America...
Listen, this guy is still living in a time probably 3,000 years ago. I don't think this guy realized something. And this is what I had to learn as a biblical Israelite, a man of truth. I had to learn this on my own. I had to have my own awakening within the past few months. I had to realize something. You cannot be traditional in a society that's corrupted and dysfunctional. Traditions don't work no more. If the women aren't traditional, you cannot continually go out here trying to push traditional roles and expect women to serve and literally cater and provide to you what you need as a man. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. You understand? He's acting as if though black men are the only men that talk about going 50-50 with a woman. I never taught on any 50-50 nonsense. I never taught that. I'm the man of my house. I'm the man that take care of everything, all the bills, everything. I'm the one who pay everything. You understand? That's just me. I do that. At the same time, brothers, you got to understand, you're living in a world where modern women that have jobs and businesses and careers, they boast about how much they don't need you. So if they don't need you, why do they want you to pay their bills? Think about that. If you don't need me, I'm not paying your bills. You were paying your bills before I came. So why would I enter your life and all of a sudden you stop paying your bills and now I'm paying your bills? No, you went to college, young lady, to get all these degrees because you felt you weren't going to need a man. So now that you got your degrees, you got your job and you got your businesses and you boast on how much you don't need a man, don't start complaining now when men are not stepping up to that plate in terms of traditional roles. You're now a man in all sense and purposes. You don't need us no more. So I'm not paying nothing. No. You got a job. You can pay for your own stuff. It's just like you brothers that be on the 9 to 5 talking about you taking one of your coworkers' lunch. You taking a female coworker out to lunch. What are you doing that for? She get a paycheck. She can pay for her own lunch. Why are you doing that for? You don't need to be paying for anything. Let her pay her own way. You see? It is what it is. That's just the way it goes, fam. We're in a different time. Modern women have told us they don't need us. Why are you guys allowing women to disrespect you? They're disrespecting you, fam. They're taking advantage of you, bruh. See? And again, I'm all for wifing up the sisters. Oh, yeah. But with all the data that I have, with all the experiences I dealt with modern women, I realize they're not wife material, number one. Number two, they don't even want to be a wife. They would rather be a 304. They would rather be a side piece. They would rather have a one-night stand, brothers. I don't think you guys realize this. All you guys that are out there upset and mad, and it's like it's so difficult for you to find a woman. Brothers, it's not you. You're not the problem. The problem is when you get with modern women, you're trying to have a relationship. She don't want a relationship. That's the problem. Listen, bro, you don't gotta go to a dating coach to get game. Modern women don't want to feel that they're tied down. They don't want to feel that you're trying to lock them into some sort of relationship, bro. If you get a woman's number and you vibing with her in the street, right? Don't even talk about, I'm trying to get to know you. Don't even talk about, do you have a man? Don't talk about nothing in terms of, I'm trying to make you my lady. Bro, don't talk about none of that. Just vibe with the woman and just do what it do. I can guarantee you that everything will go smooth sailing, and allow that woman to pair bond with you without you trying to force anything. It's supposed to be a natural thing where she just want to be your woman. I'm telling you, bro. Y'all out here wasting your time. When you try to get with a woman and you think that, because I could just see a lot of you guys, let me tell you exactly how y'all be doing this. Y'all think that as soon as you get a woman's number, that automatically she know that you want her to be your woman and that everything is just going to fall in its place. No, it's not. You don't know that woman from nowhere. You don't know what man she's talking to. You don't know if she's currently in a relationship or getting out of a relationship. You don't know what's happening. You don't even know what position you play yet. Because as soon as she met you, it doesn't mean you're her guy. But a lot of you guys, you be ready to form this relationship. That's not what she want. How about going out and have some fun? Do something spontaneous. You know what I mean? Go take a walk in the park. Go, mountain climbing, roller skating, bike riding. You know what I'm saying? Get a couple of e-bikes or something and go have some creative fun. Do something interesting so that she could vibe with you. You know what I mean? Let her pair bond to you. Let her emotionally become attached to you. Let it naturally happen. Because even if she had some other guy on her phone, even if she's talking to some other brother at her job, if she is having a lot of intimate fun with you, who do you think she's thinking about every time she get up in the morning? She's thinking about you. She's not thinking about those other guys. And eventually what's going to happen is she's going to cut all of those guys off, just like you been getting cut off every time you get a woman's number and she flake on you. She flaked on you not because she just flaked on you. It's because the other guy that she's talking to, he's the guy that's putting in some sort of work. He's doing something, and it's probably not even costing him any money. And he literally got her mind, body, and soul. Period. Now, getting back to this guy on the screen. He's basically saying that you brothers keep bringing up this talking point of 50% when it comes to women. In other words, I'll pay half of the bills, she pay half of the bills. So what he's doing is he's shaming you brothers by making you feel that you gotta pay all the bills. You gotta pay all the bills. That's your job as a man. But notice what he's doing. He wants you to be traditional. But the woman that you're with, she's not traditional. She's not traditional. So why are you doing these things for? Why are you doing them? Again, listen to what he got to say. Listen.
So this is a PSA to American men. I don't know if you realize that you're the only group of men in the world that literally argues about going 50-50, okay? Other groups of men understand that they are to be the main providers and in many times the sole providers financially in the relationship when it comes to bills, okay? For some reason, American men don't grasp this concept and they argue that they should be going 50-50 on the bills. I once had a talk with one of my African friends and brought up 50-50. He laughed at me and he said, 50-50, that's not a wife, or that is a roommate. You see, other group of men understand what respect in their house looks like. It's stability, okay? Y'all need to get with the program, man. Y'all behind. Come on.
He's saying that we're behind because he spoke to an African friend, but yet African friends that come to the United States, the first thing they try to do is hook up with a so-called black woman in order to get a green card. Really? Really? See? You don't compare men to other men because a lot of these guys that are from Africa, they already done know about the BS going on in America. They understand everything that's going on here. You know what I mean? There's a lot of problems here. And the guy that's on the screen is a panda bear. He's the kind of guy that wants female validation. He wants women to pretty much look at him and think, okay, he's a great guy. That's his way of trying to attract women. But the truth of the matter is, no woman in her right mind would even get with him. They won't get with him. You understand? A lot of guys are trying to take the Derek Jackson approach. You know what I mean? They're all trying to take that particular mindset and figure they're going to be successful. And in all sense and purposes, you may get social media success and clout if you become a panda bear. Women love panda bears, but they won't give you no vagina. They won't. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to do that because they realize that you're just a simp. They know you're tickling their ears, but you're not the kind of guy that they want. He's not the kind of guy that modern woman will give their vagina to. You know what I mean? They won't give it to him, but they like the things that he say because they know that they can use it against men. They can use it. And the thing is, I see a lot of women, I guess, remixing his video and they're saying, see, this guy is speaking the truth. If you go to his video and you look at the comment section, all you see is a bunch of women that are in their 30s, 40s, and 50s. Every last one of them are praising him as if though he's speaking something divine. But remember, brothers, these are the same women that are independent. I don't need a man. I can do bad by myself. Now, if you're independent, you don't need a man. You could do bad by yourself, pay your own bills. You don't need me. Do you understand me? You don't need me. Shout out to Strider for the super chat. Says, hey, Ringo, longtime watcher, but first super chat. Your production and creativity is inspirational. Be honest, bro. If you didn't have your beautiful kids, would you be trying to have some? Bless you. Of course I would, because I'm a man. That's what I'm supposed to do. See, the problem is a lot of people that come to the channel. I think that a lot of men that come to my platform, I think that a lot of you guys, do you guys go outside? Like, do you guys interact with women? Like, because it's almost as if though I get these kind of questions that's like, I don't know where you guys are. Do you guys have a difficult time getting women? What's really going on with men in general? What's going on? You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if it's a male or female that, because I don't know. Again, avatars and stuff, I can't see all these things on the screen. I don't know. I don't know if male or female, I don't know. But my point is, I've been getting all these different types of questions from people, and they say stuff like, if I didn't have children, would I be trying to have? The question makes no logical sense when you really think about it. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. Like, the modern woman been here for a very long time. Since the feminist movement started, modern women have been the way they are in terms of, I don't need a man, I could do bad all by myself. This has been going on in the 90s. This is not new. You know what I mean? It's bad, but it's not new. Women were always like this from the feminist movement. They always had this mindset. So this is not about children. Oh, would you still have children? Of course I would. What kind of world are we living in? See, we're doing exactly what the powers that be want us to do. Not produce children. That's what we're doing. That's exactly what we're doing. A lot of you guys in the chat are childless. You have no seed at all. And guess what? If you die, what in the world what was the meaning of your life? You a grown man, you don't got no seed. Some of you brothers, you boast about it. You be like, I'm 53 and I don't got no kids. Bro, that is not props worthy. Saying that you're 50 plus and you got no kids does not make you look stronger. What it says is that you've been shooting either a lot of blanks, haven't been with no women, or you're afraid of responsibility. That's what that says right there. You know what I mean? That's what that's saying. Because at the end of the day, when you really think about it, a lot of black men are avoiding having children. And then you have a lot of BWs that are aborting their babies. So we're doing exactly what the powers that be want. We're doing exactly what they want. We're not building family. And that's sad. Again, this is about traditional roles of men versus the independent woman culture versus 50-50 dating. If modern women are getting the bag, because I don't understand why men are still out here trying to pay for things for women. I'm not paying for anything. If a woman is not my woman, she's not getting anything from me. That's my word. I don't give a fuck how fine you think you are, woman. You're not getting nothing from me. You got your own bread, remember? You're a boss chick. You could do bad all by yourself. You could pay your own way. Oh, yeah. Oh, let me get this straight. Boom. I met a sister and she's in another state. Oh, you want me to see you, Ringo? You want me to see you? You got to pay for the flight. No, I'm not paying for anything. No. That's not how it's going to go, sweetheart. No. You paying for that flight. I'm not paying for anything. See, brothers, if you don't set those standards, women going to take advantage of you. A lot of you brothers don't realize this. When a woman really like you, she going to pay everything to come to see you. Oh, yeah. Don't be a fool, bruh. Don't be a fool. Don't be a fool and think that, I'm going to go pay for this and I'm going to go pay for that. Or, well, if you want to see the sister, you would pay. No, she's not my woman. So she's going to pay. Now, if she's certified my concubine, we're going to make arrangements for her to come through. You know what I mean? But in most cases, she would be living where I'm living in the same city and so forth. And understand, brothers, when you have a concubine, she got to have her own crib. She don't stay with you. Let her have her own crib, bro. Don't do this thing of you got a concubine and she up in your house and this and that. Listen, if the woman is in your house, then might as well the woman end up being your wife. Because it don't make no sense. You know what I mean? That you identifying her as a concubine. Now, again, you can upgrade a concubine to wife status. But at the end of the day, you deal with these women as concubines. And that's the way you deal with them. You don't give them no special privileges of, oh, yeah, you're my wife. No, she haven't earned that spot because she's not a virgin, bro. If she's not a virgin, she stays in the concubine position and she must be respectful, faithful, and do as she's told. And see, a lot of women, when you hear that, you get in your feelings. But guess what? Hey, you don't got to be with me. You can go out there to Pookie and Ray Ray. They're going to have their day with you. Because after Pookie and Ray Ray finish with you, you're going to be pumped, dumped, left with a baby by yourself and end up on TikTok making videos talking about how horrible black men are. And then the next thing you're going to do is talk about how you divesting. And then when that don't work, you're going to find yourself in the arms between the legs of a woman. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's where you're going to be. So you could get in your feelings all you want. Quality, righteous men are not putting up with none of your BS. And again, I don't care how cute you are, how fine you think you are, because none of that stuff matters, because beauty is vain. And as you get older, that beauty is going to fade. What do you have to offer a man? Because the only thing you have to offer in today's day is your vagina. And that's all you have. And you got to get out of that mindset and learn the basic skills of what it takes to be a woman of virtue and honor. And it's something that you can learn from a righteous man. All of this independent stuff is what's keeping you back. All that independent spirit, I don't need a man, that's holding you back. This guy on the screen is misleading the women into thinking that men need to step up to some plate. Let's get back to what he got to say.
Listen, man, for you men out there, the moment that you decide to be intimate with a woman is when responsibilities start.
You hear this nonsense? He said the minute you become intimate with a woman, right, is when responsibilities start. That sounds nice in the perfect world. But when you look at modern women, they've been intimate with many men. Right? Who told this guy that the minute you get intimate with a woman, that you're supposed to now start to financially pay for stuff for her? Who told this guy this? When she is saying to herself, I don't need a man. I can do bad by myself. This is crazy.
Okay? This is why I tell y'all, don't cross the line if you're not ready to step up in some way or another. So if once you cross the line in intimacy, from that point, you should be paying that woman's phone bill. Why? Because she uses that phone to talk to you.
I should be paying her phone bill because she talked to me? Do you hear this? Do you hear this foolishness? I should be paying her phone bill because she's talking to me when she's busy using that phone for OnlyFans and sending pics to other men. You can't make this up, people. This is the type of nonsense. This is the kind of nonsense that women hear and they believe it. They really believe that you guys are supposed to be paying their phone bill. Let's hear what else he got to say.
You should be paying for that woman to get her hair and nails done.
I'm supposed to be paying to get her hair and her nails done? And she's not my wife? She's not my concubine? But I'm supposed to be doing that? But yet she's working, owning a business, and getting a bag, but I'm the one paying for it? Let that make sense, people. So let me get this straight. The whole idea of being in a relationship with a woman is paying her for vagina. Pretty much, that's what it's all about. Get with a woman, pay her phone bill, pay for her nails and her hair, right? While her money gets stacked. Then, when you and her break up, you lose everything you invested in, and she got a bank account full of money. Yes, that makes a lot of sense. That makes a whole lot of sense, right? This is why a lot of you guys are always getting suckered and played. Because you out here paying for a woman's nails and her hair when she's not even your wife. She's not certified your woman. She's just some woman you kicking it with that you just met. Do you even know who else she entertaining? See, a lot of you guys, you get numbers from women. You don't know who they entertaining, bro. I already done told you this 1,000 times. Every modern woman got some guy somewhere that they dealing with. Y'all think that these women are just single, alone, in their house reading a book. That's not happening, bro. These women got social media pages. You know, sometimes you scroll through Instagram and you see some of the most fine sisters you ever seen in your life. And you look at them and you be like, my goodness, this woman is so beautiful. Bro, somebody somewhere is banging out her back. Believe it or not. As fine as she look, you would think that all you got to do is DM her, shoot your shot, and everything is going to be good. Bro, you're wasting your time. She already got a guy or 2 or 3 or 4 already. You're wasting your time. You understand? She's just visual eye candy. You'll get over it. Just swipe and forget about her. That's how Satan get us, brothers. That's how Satan keeps us occupied thinking about women all day when we're supposed to be focusing on our own health and well-being. A lot of us brothers, we're growing older and we're getting sick and we're dying of poor health. How much time has you brothers invested in your health? How much time have you brothers put into working out in the gym? How much times have you brothers went swimming? How much times have you brothers went to the basketball court to just shoot a couple of hoops to sweat a little bit? To get your heart rate up, to get your blood circulation going. How much time have you invested in that? How many of you went bike riding? How many of you ran up a hill so you could get your adrenaline and everything going? No, instead you're focusing on vagina all day. See? You're focusing on vagina all day and you're investing all of your money in women's stock. Women's stock going down. Women's stock value is going down, brothers. It's not going up. The only way a woman's stock can go up is when she get with a quality righteous man and that man take her under his wing and he begin to teach her and humble her and show her how to be a quality woman. It takes a man to guide and teach a woman to be a truly virtuous woman. She's not going to learn that by herself. She's not going to learn that by herself. You understand? Let's go.
Why? Because she's getting them done to look good for you.
No, she's not getting them done to look good for me. She's getting them done so she could go outside and look good for everybody. See? He's telling you to go get a woman's hair done and her nails done because she's doing it to look good for me. Really? No. How many women get up in the morning to go to work and they dress their best to look good for the job, not for her man? Some of you brothers that got women that are may be living with you, you may be living with her, whatever the situation is. When your woman get up in the morning to go to work, she looks her best. Some of you brothers, you know what I'm talking about. She go to work, she look her best to go to the job. She smells so good when she leaves the house. But when she's in the house with you on every other day, she don't look good like that. She don't dress like that. Why is that? Why she spend so much time looking good for the job, but she spend less time looking good for you? See? Because she's dressing for other men. And she's also dressing to compete with other women. You understand? This is why I keep saying the workplace environment is a dangerous place for a modern woman. Because it's an avenue and an environment where women normally cheat. If you want to know where your woman is cheating, all you got to do is know where she work, where she go, and her activities. You know what I mean? A woman can cheat by going and working out. She can say, oh, I'm going to work out, and she's going to cheat. You see what I mean? That's her time where she's set to go find some other guy. You think she working out, she's outside with some other guy. A woman can tell you I'm going food shopping, and she's outside and she's cheating. You know what I mean? You won't know unless you understand how the woman moves. You see? But if a woman is not yours, you have no business paying for these things. There's nothing wrong with giving your woman money to do her hair and get her nails done. There's nothing wrong with that if she's your wife. If she's your concubine and she's treating you like a man should be treated. But at the same time, if you're dealing with one of these women that are talking about how independent they are, they don't need a man, they could do bad by themselves, why are you paying for those things? Tell her to go pay for it herself. Tell her to pay for it herself. You know? And if you're coming in the show, make sure you get the likes up. Very important that we keep the engagement up. Get them likes up, up, up. Keep them likes going up. Let's go.
You should be paying that woman's water bill.
What?
Why? Because that woman is utilizing that water so that she can get freshened up and look good for you.
He said that we supposed to be paying her water bill because she's using the water to freshen up for us. Are you kidding me? No. If she bought a house, right, that's her house. She can pay her own water bill. I'm not paying her water bill. No. I'm not doing that. Listen, I didn't make the rules, fam. Women decided that they don't need us as men. Women decided they want to be independent. Well, they gotta deal with that now. And I need for you brothers to understand this. Modern women want to be independent women. Okay, cool. Y'all want to be independent? Okay. You're independently able now to pay your own bills. So don't ask me for nothing. You know? Don't ask me for $1 because I'm not giving it to you. You got your own spot, your own crib. Okay. You can meet the payments. Go ahead. You want to buy that automobile? You already paying for a house, so you paying a car note and a mortgage at the same time. You don't need me. Oh yeah, let's not forget equality. Let's not forget that equality. Modern women want equality. Okay, equality. So if there's a situation where, for some odd reason, you met up with a sister and she lives in another state, right? And you want to see the sister and she want to see you. Hey, guess what? At that moment, you could go 50-50. 50-50 on the plane ticket. At the end of the day, how can she get mad? How could she get mad? Number one, she's not your wife, so you don't need to pay for nothing because she would be living with you if she was your wife. If she was your concubine, she would already be in your city. She would have relocated already. She ain't going to play the back and forth flying on a plane every day. She's going to relocate. You know what I mean? So if it's a woman you just met and y'all somewhat dating, what's the matter with going 50-50 on that plane ticket? Because I'm not paying for it. I'm not going out like a sucker to pay for a woman's flight so she could come see me. I'm not doing that because it's a two-way street. Not only is she coming to see me, but I'm seeing her. So we both benefiting. She got a job. She can pay her half. I can send her the Cash App, and it is what it is. I'm not doing nothing for nothing. It ain't gonna go down like that. No, because that's called being a simp and a sucker. And any of you guys flying women out just so they could come see you, you're a fool, bro. Especially if you flown her out and you ain't tapped that, fam, you a sucker. You know what I mean? Something wrong with you. But in most cases, bro, I'm gonna keep it 1,000. If a woman really feeling you, she gonna fly out herself. See, women spend money. Women spend money. They don't got a problem spending money to see a man that they are interested in. This is why I keep telling you, brothers, when a woman really like you, she gonna pay for whatever she gotta pay to get with you. I'm telling you, you don't gotta do nothing. You don't gotta spend all this money. Only simps do that. You saw the last show that I did with that other sister that said, if you're dating and you're boring, stop dating, because if you start talking about what money you're gonna spend, these women are gonna take advantage of you. That's a woman that told you that, bruh. That's the way the game works. They're gonna take advantage of you. If a woman know you're gonna fly her out for free, what woman is not gonna allow it? She's gonna be like, hey, I'll go. I'll take a trip. I'll take a trip to New York. He's paying. I'll take a trip. So she could go sightseeing and pick up a new man. Oh, yeah. There's women that do that stuff. You fly them out to your city. They'll flake on you and play games. And then when they leave, they hook up with their friends that are in your city and go out there looking for a man. You know? We're not going to do those games, bro. If a woman want to see you, let her come out to see you. But don't be a fool like this guy talking about paying for a woman's water bill. And notice his title and his thing. He says, men don't want women to know this. This is crazy stuff that this guy's spitting.
Okay, so the moment when you decide to cross that line, there are certain things that you should be taking on as a man out of courtesy and out of letting her know your intention and that you're actually made to be a husband. And that's going to encourage her to do the same.
Made her what? Encourage her that I'm going to be a husband. You talking about the modern woman, fam. That's not happening. This guy crazy. What husband? The modern woman don't want no husband. She don't want no husband. Listen, let me explain something to you, fam. Listen, you brothers, you sisters, y'all don't. Let me see what comment it is, man. Somebody said, are we courting? Let me tell you something, fam. Listen to me very carefully. Listen carefully. All this courting stuff went out the window a long time ago. You understand? Women don't court no more. Women don't court no more. That's a thing of the past. See, this is why there has been a lot of changes in my classes and lessons on the platform. Women do not court. Men don't court women. What man is courting a woman? Men get a woman's number. They hit her up. Hey, what you doing this weekend? Boom, boom, boom. Get a few drinks. Boom, boom, boom. Telly. What courting? Ain't nobody courting nobody. Y'all ain't see the last stream that I did with the Kendra G show? Was that lady being courted by that guy? The woman had Pookie in her house, the same dude that smashed the night before, while on the dating show looking for another man. It's right on the tape. You know what I mean? That's what they do. Nobody courts no more. Nobody ain't doing that. Courting is dead. It is. I understand in a perfect world, you would want everything to work out. And maybe as a brother, you might find that particular kind of sister that you could really talk to and vibe with. But when you really think about it, fam, these women, listen, they're not wife material. They're not courting material. They're not, in most cases, I don't know what, these women don't even know who they are, fam. They just get with men, lay up, open their damn legs, let anybody inside, become a single mom, and then they on TikTok crying about how horrible black men are when they made the choice to deal with these kind of men. And then on top of that, to add insult to injury, by the time they 35, 40, 45, now they want you good brothers to come in and be a stepdaddy. And if you don't do it, they'll shame you by saying only a real man will get with a single mother and take care of her and her kids. That's abuse, man. That's abuse. We don't deserve that as brothers. We don't deserve that kind of treatment, bro. Some of you brothers, you work your whole life to establish yourself, fam. You went up the economic ladder. It took you a long time to get to a certain level. Some of you brothers, you just bought your first house. Some of you just bought a new car. You know what I mean? You're gaining success. You worked hard, fam. And now you gonna let some broad come in that didn't help you to build nothing? She wasn't there to encourage you. She wasn't there to do anything. And she gonna benefit off of all the work you put in? But guess what, brothers? There's a flip side to that. Modern women are saying the same thing. Modern women went out there and got an education, bought herself a house, bought herself a car, and she's saying to herself, I ain't getting with no man unless he's making X amount of money, unless he's this and that and this and that. They have all of these superficial expectations of what they're expecting you to have. Because in their mind, they're saying to themselves, If you don't got that, I don't want you because I don't want to be taken care of a man. So what do we got now? What do we got? We got a man and a female competing for the position of provider and protector. Now, how do you build under those circumstances? How do you build with a sister who got her house that costs over $450 to $500K? She's halfway with the payments on that house, right? You probably live in an apartment, or maybe you got a house and you paid it off about 35%. How do y'all join together? Who's gonna leave whose house? Because she lives in Florida, you live in New York. How y'all gonna work that one out? You see the madness? That's the madness that we gotta deal with. That's the kind of madness that we gotta deal with, bro. Women are out here trying to be men. They're trying to be the providers now. Listen, the worst thing a woman can do is make a man feel like he's not needed. The minute a man feel like he's not needed, he's not going to work hard to provide. When a man feel like a woman got everything, I got a car, I got a house, I don't need nothing, then lady, as much as I would like to be your man, you don't motivate me to be that man. I don't feel like there's anything I can offer you, so I would just rather you just do your thing and I just stay over here. Do you feel me? See? So modern women are losing out on a lot of good men because they made these brothers feel like they don't need them. But see, when you need to install that TV on your wall, you need a man that have handy skills that know how to use proper tools to find that beam in the wall to hang up that TV. So what do you got to do, modern woman? You got to hire somebody to do that, right? When the roof on your house is leaking, you need to hire someone to check that roof, right? When the plumbing is bad, you got to hire that plumber. When the electrician is out of whack, you got to hire somebody to install that AC or that HVAC system. Now you got to hire somebody. See, if you had a husband, a man that's handy, he know how to do all of that. You see that? But see, modern women don't want a husband. She don't want that. The only time a modern woman want a husband is when she's 40, 45. By the time a modern woman turns 50, 55, she will be extremely bitter. She will be on YouTube and Facebook bashing black men or men in general all day long. All day long. If you look at the majority on social media with older women, all they doing is talking about how negative men are. All men are narcissists. All men are no good. She's talking about how her ex-husband was horrible. And all of that is designed to make younger women be discouraged into submitting to a man. And it's all out of jealousy. The older women are jealous of the younger women. You see that? Oh yeah. Car breakdown. They don't know how to fix nothing. They don't know how to take off their tire. They don't know how to change the tire. They don't know how to fix the brakes. They don't know how to fix nothing. Half of them don't even know how to open the hood of the car. They don't even know nothing. They don't know nothing. You know what I'm saying? The heating system in the house not working. You need a man to come down there and fix that. See? But see, modern women don't want that. They believe they could do everything by themselves. Listen, brothers, when I tell you they're struggling out here, they are struggling. But they want you to believe that everything is good. And they're in financial debt. That's another thing. Financial debt and struggling and have no man. While on top of that, still trying to remain in their pride, talking about how much they don't need a man. You understand? But this guy on the screen want you to believe that you got to be traditional when modern women are not traditional. They're not, brothers. This is why my whole approach towards women is totally different, bro. I'm more of the type that would just want to have fun, do some type of sports, some sort of activity, you know, something that's fun and spontaneous. That way it's different than the norm. Because modern women are not fixated on being a wife, a caregiver, the children. They don't know nothing about that, bro. The only thing they know is getting up in the morning to go to a 9 to 5. That's the only thing a modern woman know how to do. She's a robot, bro. She do as she's told. When it comes to her boss and her supervisor, she have to report to work. She have to do as she's told on the job. She follow orders on the job. But when it comes to a man that she's dealing with, all of a sudden that becomes a no-no. Now it's slavery. Submitting to a man is slavery, but her submitting to her supervisor and her bosses on her job, now that's normal. When I tell you today, modern day slavery is at hand. The majority of modern women are slaves on their job. Slaves. They sit in a cubicle all day, watching their life pass away, growing old, mad. They can't hang out because they got to go to work. They can't meet Mr. Right because they're at work all day. And if they have a baby and get pregnant, then they're going to be out of work and lose their pay. And their greatest fear is dependent on a man. So what do you think she's doing? Birth control pills. Birth control pills. That's what she's focused on, fam. That's what's going on. But this is what's happening in society, bro. This is what's happening in the world that we live in, man. You know, they don't want to listen to the truth. They don't want to listen to us brothers. They think that anytime we speak, it's hate or some sort of nonsense. Listen, I got much love for black women, bro. Much love. At the same time, in order to love, you got to speak the truth. And it's something they never heard because they didn't grow up with their father, because their mom was out there 304ing it up, right? She wasn't a saint, and grandma was a 304 too. All of them, all the females in the family was out there living it up. So the daughters, they were never taught any traditions in terms of being a wife. The only thing a modern woman know how to do is go to work in the morning and come back home. That's the only thing she know. She don't have no clue how to be a wife. So this man telling you to do all of these things is a waste of time when the woman ain't reciprocating her traditional roles at you. Oh yeah, let's go.
I'm trying to make this make sense, y'all. As a woman, you're expected to cook, clean, give sex to the man, raise his babies, and pay half the bills.
You see how he's mocking you?
Like, this is crazy.
Notice how he's mocking you. He's basically saying that you got to do all these extra things and pay the bills. But the thing is, modern women are not doing none of those things that he's talking about. Modern women are not doing any of the things he's talking about. The majority of women are single today. Single and having sex with multiple men. I don't know why they say they're single if they're having sex. Ladies, if you're in the clouds and you're having sex with a man, you're not single. You're not. You have sex partners. You're in relationships. You and some guy is relating sexually. You understand? But see, this guy, he's a simp, right? And he's making it seem like women are doing something for us brothers and we're not doing what we're supposed to do. That's a lie. Women are not even doing none of these things. They're not. And if they have children, these women break up with the baby father. They're not cooking and cleaning for these men. They're not doing nothing for these men. You got so many women today that will get pregnant, right? Break up with the baby daddy because that is how she get the benefits from the system. You brothers got to peep the game, bro. Women don't get benefits when they're connected to a man. The government don't take care of them. When a woman go to the government and cry and say, my baby daddy left me, I need my rent low down, the government will low down the rent. They'll provide the food stamps. They'll provide anything that women need because their goal is for the man to be out the house. They don't want none of these children having a father. You know what I mean? Got 211 people in the building. Let's get those likes to match those views. Let's go, fam. Dropping a lot of information. Everybody playing with my likes. Get them likes up, fam. Get them likes up, or we're gonna go on a 30-minute break. Get those likes up.
Mind-boggling, like, what the fuck? How did that benefit you? You could just be single and live like that and not have to answer to nobody.
You see what he just said? You could be single, right? and don't have to answer to nobody. But isn't that what modern women are doing right now? Modern women are single right now. They're doing that right now, and they're not answering nobody because they don't want to answer to no man, because they don't want no man. That's why they're alone. This guy is crazy. You see what I mean? You know what's so funny? I'm going to say what I'm going to say now, just to think how I looked to brothers that may have already been woke about certain issues. The way he's talking is the same way I looked a couple of months back telling you brothers to just wife up these sisters. You see that? I was looking foolish. This is why I said the pump and dump guys was right. You cannot save these women. You can't. All the nice guy stuff, trying to do right, holding doors, trying to wife up a woman that got 2 or 3 kids and a woman that got a high body count, you trying to settle down and make her a wife and walk down the aisle. Listen, what are you doing, bruh? Are you that desperate? What are you doing? You think she's going to give you that much attention if your life was jacked up? Of course not, bruh. A woman ain't gonna give you that. See, here's the thing, brothers. We would go settle with a woman that got all kind of baggage. But yet, if you have the similar baggage, she won't even want to be bothered with you. You know what I mean? You got some women out there, you could be a brother and you tell a sister, look, I got 2 kids, I got 3 kids. They'll look at you like, well, I don't want to talk to you because you got baby mama drama. But yet, us brothers will get shamed if we don't wife up a single mother. You see how that works? These women will not give you any money to go get some lunch. They won't pay for nothing for you. They won't buy you no shoes. They won't do nothing for you. A woman is not going to pay your rent. But they sure enough expecting you to buy them shoes, clothes, gifts. You see these modern women out here, they be talking about, oh, my love language is a guy that buy me gifts. Get out of here with that mess. About your love language is a man buying you. There ain't no love language. That's crazy. About your love language is a man buying you gifts. How many men been buying you gifts? Talking all that mess. I ain't buying you nothing, fam. Let's go.
Not have to deal with nobody's shit. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's problems. Like,
wow.
And I'm traditional. I believe in a woman doing all those things, but I also believe in taking care of the woman.
See? He believes in taking care of the woman. Again, you could take care of your wife. You could take care of your concubine if they are serving you. It's all about reciprocating the same energy. That's all this is about. But right now, brothers, the game is rigged. It's one-sided. You guys are out here taking women on dinner dates in hopes to get some vagina. Listen, fam, let's just cut to the chase and stop the BS. You meet a woman, you taking her on a date, you know what it is, bro. You want to smash. How about you just tell the sister, look, forget this date, let's just go and smash. Let's just go and do what we got to do. You know what's going to happen, bro? Under most circumstances, if that woman was truly feeling you, she'll go rock out with you just as you said. But if she wasn't feeling you, she'll put up an argument, be like, what? You want to do what? I'm going to have to leave this date. You bugging. That's because she was never really into you. She was never really into you, bro. You know? She wasn't really into you. She was playing a game. She was playing a game using you. Listen, a lot of us brothers got to change our thought patterns when it comes to the days and the times we living in. Especially brothers that are in the truth, brothers that follow the Most High, you follow the scriptures. A lot of you brothers got to update your software, bro. A lot of you guys that are traditional brothers in the truth, following the Most High, y'all still trying to follow traditions, not realizing that the modern woman, She's not following the Most High. Number one, she ain't listening to nothing you say. That's why when I come online and I see women, they be like, shalom, brother, shalom, shalom. I'm like, sisters, just stop saying shalom. Stop. Stop being fake. Ain't no Israelite sisters out here. If you sisters was Israelite awakened sisters that follow the Bible, you would have gravitated towards a brother in the truth a long time ago to be either a wife or a concubine. I don't want to hear nothing from you. It's a bunch of jokers all around here, fam. So many fake people out here. I don't got time for this stuff. Because see, half of these sisters that claim they in the truth, they got a Pookie and Ray Ray in their life, bruh. They got a Pookie and Ray Ray that's banging her out at night. And when she come online, she's shalom, shalom, brothers, in the truth, shalom. I don't want to hear that, man. I really don't. It pisses me off when I hear that because I could tell when someone's fake.
You know what I'm saying? Making her life easier. God damn.
Why would you be trying to make her life easier if she's not your wife, bruh? The only bills you pay, fam, is the bills for your wife because she's raising your kids, fam. It's a giving and receiving. We reciprocate the energy. If the wife is taking care of the kids, then as a man, you got to provide and take care of that house and pay them bills. It's a giving and receiving, fam. Just like with sexual relations, it's not one-sided. So when these women be like, oh, I'm giving you some of my vagina, woman, you acting like you giving me something and I'm not giving you something. You know what I'm saying? It's a giving and receiving. It's an exchange, fam. It's a two-way street. So I don't know why women be making it seem like their vagina is gold. It's not. If it was, you would have a husband and you'll be happy right now. It's not. Your vagina has no value. You know? Your vagina have no value at all, fam. Let's go.
That's crazy. How does that work? How does the math is not mathing on that, y'all? I'm still trying to add it up. Like, it's not mathing to me. Listen, man. Let me tell you something. When you take on a woman and you decide to date her, she is preparing to leave her family to be with you.
What are you talking about? She's preparing to leave her family to be with me. Modern women already have their own place. Do you see what I mean, fam? He's coming from a traditional, it sounds almost like he's speaking of biblical ideals. What do you mean she's leaving her family to come be with me and dating? What are you talking about? Notice we ain't even talk about the woman being a wife or a concubine. He's still talking about dating, about she's leaving her parents' house. Listen, a lot of these guys that be on social media, they be listening to people like me and other content creators, and then they go start platforms on other networks somewhere else to try to appear like they got knowledge. You know what I mean? It don't make no sense. That's a good question. King said, where is his wife, though? Yeah, that's a good question. Where is his wife? Normally, these type of guys, they don't got no wife. But they sure got a lot to say about us brothers, right? Let me rewind that back a little bit, see what he said.
Is preparing to leave her family.
Wait.
Man, let me tell you something. When you take on a woman and you decide to date her.
He said when you take on a woman and you decide to date her.
She is preparing to leave her family.
She is preparing to leave her family. That's a lie.
To be with you.
To be with me. That's a lie. Women are not doing that today. Where's this guy coming from? Women are not doing that. You date a woman today, she's not preparing to leave nothing. They got their own crib already.
And so you have a duty to take on the roles that her family would have been taking on had she have still been with her family.
Do you see how this guy is still living in the 1900s? Do you see that now? Do you see how when we as brothers remain traditional, how we lose in the game? In times of old, yes, it was men taking on the responsibility that the father had by wifing up now the daughter, and now he's assuming the role of that father figure in that woman's life by being the provider, protector, and so forth. Yes, that's true. But in today's culture, see, this is where we're missing the mark. In today's culture, women have already established their own. They already got a bank account. They already got a job. They got a way of bringing in income. They're not dependent on a man. So what this guy is saying is obsolete. It don't work anymore. You can't be a provider and a protector to a woman that don't need it. This is why women are single today. Women are single because they don't make themselves vulnerable to have a man in their life. They continue to act like a man. They continue to walk around with their shoulders up. They continue to talk about their bank account and how much they don't need a man. So why would a man do anything for you? Listen, men are naturals at providing and building, especially when they realize that their woman need them. You know what I mean? That's like I could be here doing a live stream, doing whatever I'm doing, and my wife could be like, look, I need some shelves built on the wall for such and such and such and such. You know what that gave me? Inspiration to now tap into my creative energy to go make that happen. And I'll have that up in a jiffy. 1, 2, 3. See what I'm saying? If one of my daughters said, hey, daddy, could I get such and such, blah, 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 it motivates me to go do whatever I got to do to make sure I can provide for my daughters so that they can have a smile on their face or perhaps be productive in whatever they do. That's what a man do. You see? But you only do that when you have a family and you have a wife or you have concubines. This guy is telling you to do and take on the responsibilities and duties of a father when you're dating a woman. That's crazy. That don't make no sense. What are you talking about? So if I'm taking the responsibilities of doing all of this for a woman and I'm dating her, how many other men is she also dating? Talk to me about that. Talk to me about that mess. See? Let's go.
Okay? Understand this. And so when you men come out here and say things like, I'm not going to pay her bills because I'm not her father, you don't deserve a fucking wife.
You see what he said? He said, you don't deserve a wife if you're not willing to do that. Question: how many of these women are lining up to be a wife so a man can actually do that? None. So he's shaming you, brothers, for something that women don't even want. Modern women are not lining up to be wives. Are y'all even listening to the YouTube streets, the TikTok streets, the Instagram streets? Modern women are saying, I don't even want marriage. You got women all over social media saying, I ain't gonna get married. Forget that. I don't want that. I like being single. I like being able to do what I want to do. Well, if a woman don't want to be wifed up and she don't want this and she don't want that, why are men still trying to be traditional? It makes no sense. It makes no sense. It makes no sense at all, fam. Let's go.
Yes, you do take on the role of father. You do take on the role of protector and provider. If you're not ready to do that...
Protector and provider? She's not my wife, bro. She's not my concubine. I'm not providing and protecting no woman that is not serving me. You know? She's not serving me. What are you protecting a woman that's not serving you, bro? This guy is the ultimate simp. And he have the nerve to put, these men don't get it. No, bro, you don't get it. You don't get it.
Don't waste her fucking time.
He said that we are wasting her effing time. We're wasting her time. Like, what are we doing all of this for? For what? We don't get loyalty. We don't get virginity, but we working hard to provide, protect, and do all of this stuff, and you ain't getting nothing in return from modern women, brothers. Nothing. She ain't giving you nothing in return. This is crazy how society is backwards. They want us brothers to be traditional when modern women have decided that they don't even want to be wives. But yet they want the benefits of a husband. And see, that's what's happening today, brothers. I got to put you up on game. Modern women want the benefits of a husband without being a traditional wife. This is why they like dating. This is why they like dating. Through dating, they get dinner dates, gifts, and sex. Not only that, attention from different men. Now, that being said, why would a modern woman want to get married if she's getting a truckload of attention from different men sliding in her DMs, plus she got suckers and simps buying her gifts and taking her out on dinner dates, and she got 3 to 5 guys that she call when she want so they could tap that ass? You tell me, bruh. You tell me. I want to know. See what I mean? Let's go.
But you don't give black women shit. I'm going to give you
So this brother right here look like he's responding to him. Let's hear what he got to say.
Now, I normally keep everybody accountable. And I say, hey, look, if you don't know how to do the right thing, then you get what you deserve. But I gotta be honest. Since the 70s.
He says since the 70s.
This culture, this country.
This culture, this country.
Has taught our women they do not need us.
Has taught our women they don't need us, pretty much. That's since the 70s, bruh. They taught our women that they don't need us. You see that? That's what modern women been taught.
They've even put incentives. You want this money? You want this rent? $200?
You see that? You see what the government did to our women? If you want this rent to be $200, do what?
I'm gonna give you $800 and stamps, and you do all that. All you gotta do is get rid of him.
All you gotta do is get rid of that black man. You see that? All you gotta do is get rid of that black man. And to think that this started in the 70s, I was born in 77. So this stuff been going on, fam. This stuff been going on, bruh. You see what I mean? Our women sold us out for a check. And the government told BWs, get that man out the house and we will be your provider and protector. Yep. That's what's going on, fam. Let's go.
Because they know through selective breeding, they actually took the best of us for generations. And this is why we are so strong, and this is why a lot of people are so scared.
You see that?
I'm not going to sit here and act like everybody's not accountable, because we are. But I look back at my mother, she actually did the best she could, man. And then with this new stuff, and these young ladies getting stronger, smarter, faster, starting to understand how to have peace without anybody. Man, is this what they know or what they think they know? Truth is, man, no other race deal with that.
No other race deal with that. No other race deal with that stuff, fam.
No other race is taught not to be with their partner.
No other race of people is being taught not to be with their male counterpart. Isn't that interesting? It's just a BW being taught that mess. She's literally being taught that you're a power. You have power by being by yourself. Imagine that madness. And we're wondering why Eve got deceived. Let me break something down to you, fam, because I don't think y'all understand. When someone is ill, it means that the body has been infected. So to be ill mean you're no longer in the same mindset, the same spirit. You have foreign entities working in your body, and your system is trying to fight against it. So when you're ill, you can't really function the way you would want to. You're not at 100% capacity. Eve became ill. Let me say that again, fam, just in case you ain't hear that. Eve became ill in the Garden of Eden. When she took of that forbidden fruit and she decided she want to be a man, because that was the deal that the devil made with her. The serpent made a deal with her, said, look, you could be like a man if you take this fruit. Because serpent told her, you will be as God. Remember, the man was the one that was created in the image and likeness of God. Right? So now Eve became ill. And that's where we get evil. See that? Evil started with Eve. Evil. Evil. See? So when you understand what took place, that's where it started from. From in the garden. And to this day, the modern woman is still taken of the forbidden fruit. She's still taken of that forbidden fruit till this day, trying her best to compete with men. Imagine that. You're a woman competing with men, talking about how much money you make. And see, the more money a woman make, the more in bondage she becomes to herself. Because if you're a woman and you make $250,000 a year, right? Then any man making $45K, you look down on him. You don't even respect him. You're looking at him as he ain't nothing. You literally would judge that man's entire life as if though he ain't shit because he's making $45K. You don't even see a father figure. You don't even see a man. You don't even see a guy that can really benefit you. You're looking at him like, I don't need him. I make $250K a year. I got a house. It's already paid for. There are women out here, they paid their house off. They got 2 houses now. You understand? You got women out here in their 50s and 60s. They done bought 2 houses already, right? And they buy themselves. And all they brag about is their material items. And they still got no husband, bruh. We're going to do a reaction with a woman just like that, fam. We're going to do a reaction with a woman just like that, bruh. But that's where they at. No children, no husband, but they got a house and a plaque on their wall. It's crazy.
So, I mean, we all hold accountable for everybody. They deserve a little slack because they working backwards. They doing the best they can.
See, they working backwards.
And they've been criticized if they have to help us.
And now he's saying they're being criticized if they have to help us. So I sense a little simp in what he's saying now. It's like a little simpery came out of him right there. It's almost like he don't want to say what needs to be said. Well, I'll say what needs to be said. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't with all this simping stuff. Because he's saying that women are being criticized if they help us. Men are not looking for women to help them. The point is, women want to be men now. And they are mocking us, brothers, by saying, you need to be a protector and provider, but women are not traditional. If you want a man to protect and provide, then you as a woman going to have to give up all of that other stuff that you acquired. That's where the tug of war begins. Because in order for you to be a wife, I can't have you at a 9-to-5 all day long. We're not going to have that. That's why you're better off as a concubine. So that if you want to be at a 9-to-5, you can go at a 9-to-5. You can be my concubine. You can go to your 9-to-5. Because you're not my wife. A wife is a different position. You know what I mean? She got to be home. She got to raise kids. She got to do a lot of different things. So as a concubine, you're better off playing that position. That way you could keep your career and we could still link up and do what it do. You know what I mean? But the day you have children now, you can't be at a 9 to 5 and you got kids. You can't. You got to take time off. And see, that's one of the parts a lot of women are afraid of. They don't want to depend on a man. There's a lot of women that are so fearful of getting pregnant and having to depend on a man that they're trying to do whatever they could do in this day to make money. This is why so many women are on OnlyFans. You got a lot of women talking about they have a business. Their business is OnlyFans, bro. And I'm surprised that guys are even paying for that. Like, what kind of sick pervert would pay to see a woman's body? It makes no sense, bro. It makes no sense at all that you would sit there and sign up to a site to pay to see some woman body part, bro. You're a sick individual. You can't go find a woman for that. There's something about when you have a real woman in front of you, bro. You're busy watching a monitor on a screen. That's sick. You're a sick person, bro. No woman respect a man that's paying to see her body, bro. But she sure enough would take your money. She would take your money, bro.
So, fuck that.
That's about it, fam. That's all we're going to say for now, fam. But anyway, this is what it's all about, bro. This is what it's all about in today's day, fam. We got this kind of situation that's plaguing the community where traditional roles of men are being challenged. In other words, women want us brothers to continue being traditional, but they're not traditional. Women aren't lining up to be wives. They're not trying to submit. They don't want to cook for you. They don't want to clean. They don't even want to have babies no more. They want to be argumentative. They want to fight. They want to compete. They talk about how much money they make, how much cars they own, how much houses they bought. That's all they talk about. Everything about a modern woman is to compete with you. We as men don't need that. We don't need women like that. That destroys purpose. The Most High put a woman here to be a helpmate, a helper, not an aggravator, not a woman that nags you and competes with you and talk about how much money she got. It's just, it doesn't work. This is why the black family have been destroyed from within. The powers that be did what they had to do, fam. They destroyed us as a people. And it ain't gonna get no better. It ain't gonna get no better. It's not gonna get no better, fam. This is why I told you, brothers, don't wife up none of these women. You deal with them as a concubine. The only women that are wife ready are virgin women. So if you're a virgin and you want a righteous man to be your husband, you need to gravitate towards him because he ain't going to be able to find you. I'm just letting you know right now, if you're a virgin and you want a husband, you need to find a righteous man because he's the only man that is qualified to be a husband. Regular old guys walking up and down the street are not going to wife you up. They're just going to pump and dump you, take your virginity, and leave you with a baby, and you will be on TikTok crying. Oh, yeah. Do you understand me? You meet a sister, and she already dealt with other brothers sexually and whatnot, and she's cool, and she's respecting you and so forth. Then at the end of the day, you can make her a concubine. And you can build with her, do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? Vibe with her and see where that goes. But you're not to wife her up. She's to remain your concubine. You don't got to worry about some woman divorcing you. You don't got to worry about none of that foolishness that the world provide. No, because you ain't wifing her up. So ain't going to be no divorce proceedings or her talking about, well, I'm taking this and I'm taking that. No, she's your concubine. And if she been with you for a while and she behaved herself and she been doing X, Y, and Z, you write out a contract, bro, that if there was something to go wrong with you or whatever the case is, that she have some sort of benefit for serving you. These are things modern women don't even understand about life because, again, they're men today. Modern women act like men. It's a major turnoff. Brothers are completely turned off. Once I see a woman talking all, I'm an independent, I got this, man, just go away. I don't want to see you. At first I was attracted to you, but now I don't. You're just ugly now. I don't want to see that spirit. You come across like a man. It's disgusting when you see women like that, bro. Because a man want to feel that a woman depend on him. It makes a man feel good to know that a woman need him. But when a man don't feel needed, he don't feel respected, he's going to go his way, fam. He's going to go his way. It's something about when a man feel needed and he have to go and do something to make sure the family is safe or build something or work harder to provide. This is why I keep telling you, when a man have children and he's with the woman and everything is good, it makes the man work. Not that he have to work to provide. It motivates him to provide because he know he got a family that depends on him. Imagine looking at your children's faces. Imagine looking at your children's little faces and they look at you and they say, Daddy, could I have something to eat? And you see your children telling you that. It makes you as a man get off your tail and do something to provide. It makes you work harder because you know your job is to maintain the well-being of your family. You understand? But when modern women are like, I don't need nothing from him, I'm getting my own money, I got my own house, my own car, that turned men completely off. So brothers, I hope you learned something. Sisters, I hope you learned something as well. This is Black Male Advice TV. You already done know what it is. We'll catch you in the next stream later on in the day. You already done know. So, top of the morning, it is what it is, fam. Sherelle in the building, how you doing? What's going on? Know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody that supported the stream. Jackson, I see you, supported with a 5 on the Cash App. So y'all have a nice day out there. Enjoy your day. Have a blessed one. Be safe. All you brothers, stay on the grind. You ladies, stay safe out there. Black Male Advice TV. Make sure you subscribe to the channel today. I'll catch you in the next stream. I'm out, fam. Peace.
If you like our content, consider supporting via Cash App at $Ringo TV Raw. Become a patron on patreon.com for exclusive video content not shown on YouTube. You could also support through PayPal at paypal.me/RingoTVRaw. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell to be notified of new content. Follow me on Instagram at RingoTVRaw.
This is Black Male Advice TV, the only channel on YouTube bringing you the truth 100% raw and uncut.